Biker Bros? This is the Gen Z Biker, and I'm here today with the 2020 Harley-Davidson Sport Glide to tell you 3 reasons why you should potentially buy the Sport Glide over the 2020 Lowrider S. Now, this video is part 2 of a 3-part series on the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide, so if you want to check out more Sport Glide content, click the link above in the top right corner of this video to be taken to those videos as well. Now, point number 1 as to why you should potentially buy a Sport Glide over the Lowrider S is versatility. On the Lowrider S, the rear monoshock is adjustable, but it is not exposed like we have here on the Softail standard, where we can very easily adjust the preload on that rear monoshock. On the Lowrider S, you actually have to remove the rear seat and use a tool to adjust that rear monoshock. On top of the suspension, we also have cruise control and forward controls, making it a more comfortable bike for a little bit more of long distance travel. On the Lowrider S, you can indeed get cruise control, but it does not come standard, and it is an extra option that you have to purchase with that bike. Whereas on the Sport Glide, you do have cruise control from the factory without any added costs. In comparing the forward controls on the Sport Glide to the Lowrider S, or even the Softail standard for that matter, it does suit a taller rider like myself a little bit better for that long distance travel as well. Another thing to note on behalf of the versatility of this motorcycle is that we do have quick detach parts. So the front windscreen as well as the rear bags are quick detach and can easily be removed in a matter of minutes. So in order to pull off this front windscreen, you simply pull these parts, quick detach parts off, and then we have a stripped down motorcycle for around town cruising. Then make your way to the rear of the motorcycle, open your rear bag, then pull this tab out and up. It does release and show this red tab. Then we simply pull this bag off, and then we've got a stripped down, around town, bar hopping, cruiser style motorcycle. Now, the second reason you should consider the 2020 Sport Glide over a Lowrider S is simple. It's the fact that everyone seems to have the Lowrider S, but how many people do you know that actually own a Sport Glide? The Sport Glide is so much less mainstream, and if you're looking to be a unique motorcyclist and, you know, kind of ride around the crowd as opposed to through it, this is the bike for you. Now, this last point, point number 3 as to why you should buy the Sport Glide over a Lowrider S, might be a little bit controversial in that I'm about to tell you, you do kind of get somewhat of a club style bike from this. Now, I know it's got forward controls and doesn't necessarily have the right style front windscreen, but you are getting somewhat of a club style look with that 2-into-1 exhaust from the factory, which honestly the Lowrider S doesn't even come with. It comes with a 2-to-2. So if you're looking for somewhat of a club style bike and you think you might switch that front fairing to a Memphis Shades fairing anyways, this is a really great option because you've got the rear bags on there, and although it's a Softail, you can kind of bank off of that club style California look with this motorcycle. But anyways, Biker Bros, that concludes today's video as to why you should potentially buy a Sport Glide over the 2020 Lowrider S. This is a phenomenal bike. I've been able to put some pretty serious miles on this bike, so big thank you to Harley-Davidson for giving me this bike to create content on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future uploads similar to this. It really does mean a lot that you guys are tuning in, and it does actually help the channel out a lot when you do those things. So make sure to do that, and comment below what you think of the Sport Glide and whether or not you would purchase it over a Lowrider S. Peace out and ride safe, Biker Bros. Let's inspire the ride.